All right, welcome to Tarot in White Gloves. This is going to be your collective you versus them. We're going to go ahead and dive into it. Remember, I do read for Soul Tribe, Soulmate, and Soul Twins. And thank you, Divine Creator, for channeled guidance. While I was in meditation, I was seeing a huge volcano erupting, all the lava, reds, yellows, oranges, really hot, a little bit of smoke. Lava pouring down everywhere. So maybe there's something really hot or heated in this connection over the next 7 days. Maybe there is something explosive, something unexpected happening that's going to transform or metamorphosize what's going on in your connection. We're going to go ahead and see what we get for your person. Who is your person over the next 7 days? Who is your person over the next 7 days? Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And who are you over the next 7 days? Who are you over the next 7 days? Most useful, beneficial information. All right, so I'll go ahead and put these over here. We do get Sobek, Union and Power. Number 23, a numerical value of 5. So your person is going through obstacles, tensions, challenges that they need to overcome this week. The 5 is a very strong number around tension. They might be feeling a lot of tensions, conflicts, might be bleeding into the connection. Maybe that's why I was getting the volcano. But this is also about union and power. Now, Sobek is our crocodile, alligator god out of Egypt. Of course, these are divine principalities. And the energy that I'm feeling from this has a lot to do with really taking care of the things around you. And again, the crocodile and the alligator they can be cold, right? They can be calculated. They're often in survival mode. Their emotional brain isn't fully developed. So there's something around the next 7 days where your person may be feeling more in survival mode, just trying to get by, trying to live, more in like a cold-hearted snake. That song is coming through, kind of vibe, cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes. So it's like lizard mode, snake mode, crocodile, alligator mode. Mind you, this is only for the next 7 days, so energy does shift a lot. So judge it softly, because we all have these moments where we are feeling like we have to survive and we can't give enough or as much as we want to or would like to. And sometimes our shadow side just takes the better of us. So keep that in mind. But this is also about union and power. So your person is getting into their power, trying to make their life stronger, trying to make their money more powerful, getting into a place where they have more power with their money, with their work, with their life. And it feels like a powerful pushing through survival mode, focused on the goal energy to get through the week of challenges and tensions. Remember, the sun energy is right above, so it's like, source guidance is right there for you. We have our Eye of Horus, Eye of Ra on either side, which are really just symbolic of source or God there for you and able to help you through whatever you're going through. So it's like a reminder that you're not doing life alone. You're not by yourself. God or source is there for you 24/7 in whatever names you want to give it. So that's what I'm getting for your person, and what I'm getting for you is the energy of Neith. So beautiful energy for you. A 6 and a 2 is an 8. So this is progression forward. You're moving forward through a lot of progress. It's not very emotional. You might not be feeling very emotional over the next 7 days, but feeling more like you are going through perseverance. You are pushing through, moving forward, and you are getting done what you need to get done. You are persevering your life, which is really about understanding all the cycles that you go through and not self-sabotaging yourself, doing things out of love, not fear, doing things out of peace, not ego. And perseverance isn't really about self-survival, which is more what this mode is about. This is more like self-survival mode. This is more like persevering who you really are. So it's keeping your intuition, your emotion, your authentic self intact. It's showing up for your feelings, showing up for your emotions. This energy is the Zayin, the lovers. So this is a soul mate, soul twin energy as well. It's a crowning energy, a divine feminine. So it's like the divine feminine energy is crowning the divine masculine, but the divine masculine is not in his divine energy right now, is he? He's more in a lower energy vibe. But mind you, it's still powerful. You know, it's that trying to bring union within itself so that it can have union with their person, right? But it's like going about it the wrong way, right? You're focusing on the material things, you're focusing on the survival, and you're focusing on how to be more powerful, which is good. You know, and often divine masculine energy is focused on the material realm, the earth realm. But this energy feels more spiritual. This feels more, you know, again, we have our beautiful lotus, and we have a flower over here, and which is a strong symbol of growth, right? Maturation. Neith always has, you know, the 2 arrows on top of her head or crossing here. So it's a spiritual weapon, right? It's sustaining yourself, sustaining your spiritual self, protecting yourself with spiritual truth and spiritual knowledge. It's like being that secret weapon that no one can see because it's hidden within you, within your intuition, within your emotion, within your spirit. This is a very strong faith energy. Lovers in our major arcana it's like choosing love, choosing union as well. And you might be feeling the love, but it's like on a higher vibe. It's more of soulful rather than a depleted emotion kind of vibe. So it feels like a really beautiful energy for you. And between the two of you, I also drew this in the pre-shuffle, John 8:12. So whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So this is a message of following God, following Christ. Of course, those who are familiar with Christ consciousness. This is a numerical value of 11, because a 2 and 1 is 3, and 8 and 3 is 11. And 11 is a very strong soulmate, soul twin vibe. So I feel like this is a strong soulmate, soul twin connection that I'm tapping into. 11, of course, is the 2 individuals coming within alignment within themselves and then coming together with the 1-1. You might be seeing a lot of 1-1s over the course of this week. But this is all about knowing, again, that source is there for you. God is there for you. Christ is there for you. Those that are familiar with Christ consciousness, turning inward and upward into the light. So you never walk in darkness, but having carried the light of life. So remembering that there is a light for you, especially on the divine masculine energy, which feels more like in self-preservation mode rather than perseverance mode. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the rest of our energies. You know, if you watch my channel, I love the Egyptian cards, Egyptian glyphs, the Hebrew letters, animal prints, as well as sometimes the Celtic or Druid, the Buddhism wisdom, and the Rumi. So let's go ahead and dive into, we have some Buddhism wisdom as well. So let's go ahead and dive into your person. Who is your person over the course of the next 7 days? What do we need to know? Most useful, beneficial information. right? This wants to come out. So this is our One of Cups reversed. So again, this is like emotions being closed. Vulnerability, nope, I don't think so. Opening up your heart, not this week. This is feeling a bit drained emotionally. This is like, I can't, I'm not ready to, I don't want to open up my emotions or be emotional with you. Exchanges of love, I'm closing my heart, I'm protecting myself, kind of mode. And of course you do that when you are in self-preservation, when you are in, cold-hearted snake. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I love to read your messages, and I will definitely heart all of your messages as well. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, and comment. We're growing and we're still brand new, and that helps our channel. So this is our Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about investments, what you're investing in. But it is a number of resting. God rested on the seventh day. It's contemplation, meditation, resting. So these two energies together, it's like they're considering the investment. They consider you someone they might want to invest in, but it's like right now, this week, they are closed off. This is also about investing in their money. They might be making investments in stocks. Stock market is coming to mind. You might have someone who does that or is familiar with that. Let's go ahead and get one more. Who is your person? Most useful information. So we do get our Four of Wands. It does want to fly out mostly reversed. So this is like a lack of communication or blocked communication. If you were looking forward to reuniting or reconciling, it doesn't look like this week is that open. Although it wasn't completely shut, it flew out this way, which means there's a slight opening there. If you're in separation and you're hoping for union, it might be not as likely this week. This energy feels like, again, a bit closed off, not wanting to hang out, not wanting to have fun, not having that fun with that person. And so both of the energies on the outer rims are closed off, blocked. But it's like at the center, they are invested in this. There's an investment that they have in this. It's just, it's not open. So let's go ahead and look at you. Who are you this week? Most useful, beneficial information. And we're going to go ahead and move these upward. And this one here. All right, we do get our Knight of Coins reversed. So you must know that there is something in this connection that is not ready, because you are not ready to move forward in this. You're not moving forward in this connection towards something that's more solid or committed. This is like, if it is in the upright, this is saying I am going to move forward slowly toward commitment with you, or moving into that house, or getting that apartment, or maybe those steps toward maybe something that's more solid. But in the reverse, this is like, I know we're not getting anywhere, or at least not this week, and I'm not taking any steps towards you to get anywhere that's solid or committed, because I feel that that's not something here between us, at least right now. So let's go ahead and see what else we get. Most useful, beneficial information that wants to come through. All right, we do get our Vav or Hierophant. This is a divine masculine. The Neath energy is Lovers. So Lovers is Zayn, and Zayn crowns Vav, which means the divine feminine crowns the divine masculine in order to create opportunity for spiritual awakening, a higher consciousness of awakening. And it's the divine feminine energy that does that to the divine masculine. It's the Zayn that does it to the Vav, or the Lovers that does it to the Hierophant. So this is beautiful because this is like you are feeling your divine masculine this week. You are feeling the Lovers and the Hierophant energy, which is the soul's commitment, the divine commitment to your person this week. And you are helping because these two came out together. Kind of just want to put them like this. Because they came out together, it's a reminder that you are helping your divine masculine this week spiritually awaken, come to a higher place of consciousness. Like this connection is for that purpose. This feels very much like a twin flame or mirror soul or soul twin connection. It could be a soulmate though. A soulmate connection also can bring these kinds of openings. This is our King of Swords. So you're very open to talk. You're very open to communicate with your person. You might be communicating a lot with your person. It feels like your words are very grounded though and fair. It's like you have something to give in words to your person this week, like something that you need to say, something that's on your mind. And your words might be helping open up the spiritual awakening or higher consciousness of your divine masculine. But this feels very spiritual because the first energy is like you're not grounding this. You're not moving forward on earth to commitment. So it's like this isn't a earthly commitment. This is a spiritual commitment. And these words are helping that develop. So don't expect, don't expect to be coming together, especially if you're in separation or if you're in block mode or no contact. This isn't a week where you will be reuniting or reconciling. Like it says, it's highly unlikely. But you're not going to be making steps toward a solid earthly commitment. But because of the words you're sharing, because of the energy that you're in, you're helping influence your masculine into a higher level of consciousness. It doesn't mean this is going to be like the final step in it after this week. It's going to take a lot longer than 7 days, right? But it means that this energy is helping and it's motivating in a way your masculine to rise or raise higher. So let's go ahead and dive into how, now mind you, you could be here and your person could be here. You could flip it because it is a general. So take it as it resonates for you and the energy that makes the most sense to you. But I'm reading for your person here and you here. And it does feel like this side is divine masculine and this side is divine feminine. But again, take it as it resonates for you. It doesn't mean that, this isn't about gender. This is just about the energy that you're showing up in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into energies for who is your person. Sorry, not who is your person. What your person feels about you. What does your person feel about you this week? All right, we do get Vulture in the reverse. So the Vulture energy is like cleaning up the mess, cleaning up the carcass, right? Knowing that it has a mess to clean up. Knowing that a new beginning is in order, is necessary, right? But it's not in the upright, so it's not doing its job. It's like it's on delay. It's like, I know I need to clean it up. I know I need to clean this mess up. I know that it's similar to the death and rebirth energy. It's like, I know I need to transform inside. I know I need to change something, or I know I need to end something and start something new here. That's better, but I'm stuck. I'm on delay. I keep flying in circles around and around the dead carcasses. Not really sure what to pick up kind of energy. Who is your person? All right, we do get our Scorpion. So the first thing that comes to mind is fiery, especially in the way that they sting. Some things that they may do or say may sting you this week, or feel sharp. Especially if it's just complete silence, that might sting like a scorpion tail. This is a strong fire energy, so it feels, again, maybe like that volcano that I was seeing in the meditation, eruptive, explosive, not expecting it, or it just stings like burning lava. And a lot of times even silence can do that if it's, not the words or an action that's being done. The Scorpion, though, it's a very, even though it seems tiny, or it seems like, it's, I don't want to say sneaky, but it gets from point A to point B, and it does what it needs to do to get there. And, my mind goes to these pincers at the end of its hands. It'll pinch what it needs to in order to get to where it needs to go. So from the deeper understanding, it can be also competitive, this energy. It can lean toward isolation, so your person may be feeling more isolated, or it feels like a hermit mode, right? They might be hermiting this week more so. It's also passionate, though, because it's fiery, but they're career driven, focused on their work, their career. And again, there's that heat, right? That heat might feel like it's burning. And there's a focus on unresolved events or issues from the past. Or if they felt burned in a situation, or abandoned or left behind, all those wounds might be coming up from their past. This energy, though, is also a reminder to come clean about your feelings, like how you're really feeling, so that everyone can heal around it. This energy is also wild and free and fierce. So these are the messages that come through. So let's go ahead and get one more energy for how your person is feeling about you. So your person might have something to say, something they need to say that's unresolved from the past. But they're like stuck in an isolation mode. And they're circling and circling and circling, not really sure what to do. There's an unlikelihood of a reconciliation this week, even though something is on their mind that they know they need to say around the past in order to heal between you two. And it's like they're not opening their heart. They're protecting it right now. They're closed off. We do get a peacock energy. So again, when it's in the upright, it's like really focused on the superficial, charming others, looking good. But when it's in the reverse, it's like lackadaisy or lazy look, or just casual look, whatever, you can put on. When it's in the upright, you might be making a lot of noise, talking a good talk. But when it's in the reverse, again, you're not maybe talking that much this week. Maybe you're feeling a bit closed down or shut off as well. So there's also a deeper meaning for the peacock, which has to do with when it's in the upright. It's like you're able to be very adept. You're able to assimilate your life's experiences, so you don't harbor that inner conflict or emotional conflict or resentments or past pains in your psyche. But it's a really hard thing to get to that point, right? But this is in the reverse. So this means that your person can't digest their situation. They can't bring holistically their experiences from their past, from this connection. Past pains is what comes through as well. Again, something around abandonment wounds too. So it feels like your person's having a hard week, especially in its connection to you and how they feel about you. It's like They kind of know they need a new beginning. They need to clean up a mess. They know that there's something here that they need to communicate with their words around the past, around something that is unhealed, an issue between you. And yet they're unable to feel like they can fully connect to you, and feel like they're able to digest everything that has happened or that they need to do. So let's go ahead and dive into your energy for how you're feeling about your person. How are you feeling about your person? Most useful, beneficial information. All right, we do get our moth energy. So this is a very interesting energy. You know, this is going toward the light. The moths know they need to go toward the light. And that is where you are feeling, you're feeling like maybe you are the light to this person. Maybe this person feels like you are their light, you're their guiding light. There's something that lights you up about this person. Again, I'm getting a spiritual feeling from your energy with light. There's something about this connection that is a spark within you, that creates a spark within you. This person creates a light, a spark within you. They may feel you are also their guiding light, or you may also feel that way about this person. You know, the moth has false eyes on its body too. So that comes to mind. You might be wondering if you're seeing things clearly, you know, this week as well with your person. Like, are you seeing through the right eyes, or are you seeing something fake? Are you seeing clearly, or is there something false that you're not seeing right? And I feel like your moth is going toward that light, so you're getting that clarity that you need. So there's also the deeper meaning as well to this energy, which I want to share, which has to do with being wishful and impulsive. So there could be a warning around that to slow down this week and not be impulsive. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. So if you're having problems with this person, you might want to be jumping into another relationship or entertaining other people. This is kind of a warning to maybe slow down and not be so impulsive. It's helpful to be reminded that life is complex. And so no matter the illusion, again, in the deeper meaning, there's something around an illusion. Am I seeing things clearly? No one is exempt from trials and tribulations. And so practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different, or the grass is greener on the other side. On the upside, you might be feeling enthusiastic and whimsical, but this is an energy where you might be feeling like maybe the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe this person is just not happening. But to remember to slow down, to not be so impulsive. And maybe your person is just going through something this week. Or maybe it's important to just remember that your connection is very soul connected, and that is an important aspect of this, whether or not you are together. And to really slow down and meditate over what that means, what you're learning from this, and using your free will as to, once you're done in prayer or meditation, as to whether this makes sense for you, or if it makes sense to depart, but to just not be impulsive about your decision. This is also how you feel about your person. So you might feel that your person is very impulsive, grass is greener on the other side type of vibe. Especially if they're in a survival mode, you might feel like they're the type to just bail when things get hard, or to bail and not take care of whatever issues they need to take care of, as if the grass is somehow going to be greener somewhere else instead of where you tend to it. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. How are you feeling about the connection or about your person? Okay, we do get our hummingbird. So this is a beautiful energy. You know, this is like singing your song, speaking your voice. You might feel like you're getting the true voice from your person, or your person has told you some truths that were useful, important for you to hear in the recent past or over the next 7 days. This is feeling like, you know, the hummingbirds go toward their nectar. So your person might feel like you are their sugar, you are their nectar, you are their light. Those are messages coming through. But this is also feeling like your person is the type who shows up with a lot of energy. Again, this isn't also a very strong enthusiastic energy. Maybe your person comes with a lot of enthusiasm, comes with a lot of energy, flattering. But both of these, the moth and the hummingbird, flit and flat from one to another, So there might be a quality also where it's like, is your person settled down? Your person, are they all over the place? Are they always jumping from here to there, thinking something is going to be solved by jumping around, or being the grass is greener somewhere else? The hummingbird sings a beautiful song with its wings, right? It's a very beautiful sound, and they work really hard to get what they need. You know, they have that really long beak, and so you might also view your person as a really hard worker who's always busy, jumping around, keeping busy, getting ready to get what they need, right? So some of the deeper meanings of our hummingbird that also comes through is all around that ability to know where to go to find its resources, what it needs, that sweet nectar. So you might be the sweet nectar for this person, or you might feel like your person knows that you provide that sugar they need, right? This is an energy, though, of, again, excitement. The deeper meaning is also excitement, and having that excited energy, as well as being very resourceful. You know, this does come out in the work. This is your life, work, and love. So in work, it's like your person's isolating themselves, focusing on work, being very busy, knowing they need to work hard. In love, it's like they are shut down. And in life overall, it's like they know they need to clean up a mess, but they're protecting their heart and their emotions, and they're in survival mode. All right, so let's go ahead and get one more. Well, that wanted to fly out there. All right, so this is our dragonfly. So our dragonfly energy is close to the water, close to sieving through the emotions and intuition. This feels like a very spiritual energy to me when it comes out. This is like you're very close to heaven, very close to your emotions, very close to your intuition, your soul kind of energy. It's also an air. We get an air, and air. So you might be an air sign, or you might feel like your person is an air sign. But there's something about being in your head, being in your mind this week. Since it's in your energy, it could be about you, but it's also in the how you feel about your person. So you could feel like your person is all up in their head, lost in their head this week as well. Your person gets fire, not fire, earth. What am I saying? Not earth. Air and fire. So your person also gets 2 air energies. So a lot of air in the way you guys are feeling about each other. You guys are both like stuck in your head about each other, except that your person also has fire. So there's like a passionate vibe also coming through. So the dragonfly also has a deeper message, which is important to hear. It's a master of light. Again, illusion and the wind. So we got illusion also message from here. The dragonfly is an ancient, ethereal creature. It awakens a sense of wonder. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind. It's always moving, shifting, shimmering, changing. When the dragonfly appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and your perception. Are you restless or still? dreamlike, or crystal clear. The situation at hand or situationship at hand may be different than it appears. The dragonfly reminds us to calm our mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through, seen clearly, joyfully, and also magically. So there's something around being able to see this connection more clearly, and not through the illusion. And I feel like what's clear is the spiritual soul connection to this person, but what might be the illusion is the ability to make anything happen here that's more solid. So be careful about what you are wishing for and stay real with yourself. So we're going to go ahead and dive into how your person on the surface feels about this connection, or reoccurring themes from their side that are coming through, reoccurring themes that they bring to the connection, or how they feel about the connection, reoccurring themes they bring to the connection, or how they feel about the connection. All right, we do get conflicted in reverse. Oh, before we do that, I wanted to see the energy hidden underneath all of it. So this is the energy between you two that's hidden. Underneath that, we get buffalo. Wow, okay. Starfish in reverse. So we're going to take the first three hidden energies. So underneath it all, between you two, the oyster is this energy that is, it takes all that dirt, all that mess, all that messiness from Earth, and it keeps it in its shell, and it forms a beautiful pearl, right? It makes something beautiful out of the mess. It feels like something spiritual will happen that's beautiful, or you two are making something spiritually beautiful out of a mess of dirt. That's what's coming through between you two. We also get the buffalo, which is an ancient spiritual wisdom, deep and grounded, but also in touch with the heaven. This is also a strong, of course, Native American animal, the buffaloes. So take what resonates for you. We also get our starfish in reverse, which is nice because our starfish, usually when it's in the upright, it's very showy, very charming, very superficial. So in the reverse, it's very deep. There's a lot of value, a lot of importance, a lot of depth. So three very beautiful messages coming through between you two. That is the energy between you two. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into your person, how they're feeling about the connection, or the energy they bring to the connection. So there's some sort of conflict or inner conflict that they bring to the connection, or they're feeling about the connection, but it did come in reverse. So it's like deep down, they're not conflicted, yet at the surface, confliction always shows up within them. And it might have to do with their own issues that they have to deal with, right? So that's one energy that wants to pop out. It's like needing to make decisions, feeling hot and cold, multiple choices. Sometimes they might make you feel like a choice. Sometimes they might come in hot and cold, or I haven't made a decision. So on the surface, there's something around that, a reoccurring theme between you at some point in your histories together. But because it's in the reverse, it's like deep down they're not conflicted, like they know that you are special to them. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we get. How is your person? So on the surface, how are they feeling about the connection, or the reoccurring theme that they are bringing to the connection? All right, we do get depth, awareness, importance, value. We were just talking about that. So there's something about this connection that feels important. There's a lot of value, a lot of depth to it. And this is in the reoccurring history between you. Something that they feel on the surface of it. But it did come out in the reverse. So this week it might feel like there's a disconnect to you, a disconnect to the awareness of how important the connection is, or the value that you guys bring. It's like that's there, they know it, but this week it might be like they might not be feeling it. They might be feeling, again, because I get a lack of reconciliation, a lack of connecting to you. And we get breaking point, final straw, overwhelmed. So being overwhelmed, them feeling overwhelmed, might be a reoccurring theme that occurs in this connection. They might often feel overwhelmed or feel like they're very stressed out or they've hit their limits. That might be a reoccurring theme between you. Or how they feel about the connection feels overwhelming to them or brings them to a stress point, a breaking point where they always hit their limits. Something about hitting their limits. So how do you feel about the connection on the surface? Or what reoccurring energy do you bring to the connection? What reoccurring energy do you bring to the connection? Or how do you feel about the connection on the surface? All right, so we do get soulmate energy. So there's a strong connection between the two of you on the soul level, a deep love you feel for this person, for the connection. A reoccurring theme between you is soulmate. Of course, that comes out on your side because you have all this soulful energy of Neith, Hierophant popping out. And how else do you feel about the connection or a reoccurring theme that you bring to the connection? All right, we do get karma. So there's something karmic between the two of you that might keep repeating, a cycle, a karmic cycle that repeats between the two of you that you both are learning about, a soul lesson between you two. The consequences of behavior possibly as well. So you feel this about the connection, or you're bringing this energy as a reoccurring theme, which is playing out something karmically between you two. Again, if you have a soulmate connection with this person, often there is karma that is playing out. And remember, if it's soulmate, it can also be soul twin as well. Okay, beginnings. So an energy that you bring to this connection, or that you feel is a reoccurring theme that you are bringing on your side of the energy, is trying again, starting over, a new beginning, You guys might have had a number of new beginnings, a number of new directions you've tried to take. Trying again, starting over, and it feels like it probably was initiated more from this side of the energy, because we get this coming up from your side of the energy. So you feel all of this for the connection, or you are bringing this energy as a reoccurring theme in this connection. So if this person is someone you like to spend time with, of course, you might want to try again, start over, go in a new direction. Maybe at one point you were in a relationship. Maybe at one point you were friends. Maybe at one point you were living together. Maybe at one point you were even talking about marriage. But it seems like there's different kinds of directions you may have taken with this person, different things you may have gone through or tried. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. We are going to look at our intentions, blockages, and action. So intentions that your person has, the Wheel of Fortune. So an unhealthy cycle. It feels this week that your person is not going to be doing any healing or working on themselves or working on whatever karmic cycle is between you. It looks like they will continue an unhealthy cycle. That's a karmic cycle between the two of you. there may be something that they are starting again with you this week, although a lot of the energy feels stuck or closed off. And that might be what they're bringing to this connection this week. If you guys are getting together, it might feel like they are a lot more disconnected or distant or shut down or blocked, or it might feel like they're on a delay in communicating to you. Whatever unhealthy cycles are between you, it feels like those will continue this week. And the intention isn't really set to clear anything or do anything different or heal anything. Let's go ahead and look at blockages. What is blocking your person? Most useful information for soul tribe, soulmate, soul twins. So their own expansion and growth. It's like they are in resistance or refusal mode, maybe stuck, shut down mode to expand, to grow, to heal. You know, when this is in the upright, this energy is like, you know, it's positive. You're expanding, you're growing, you're learning, you're healing, you're moving forward. You can feel a future. You can think of your future. When it's closed off, it's like, I can't see a future. I don't have a future. There might be a hopelessness or depression quality. This energy feels a lot like being stuck, tying yourself down when you don't need to be tied down. And to them, maybe a relationship or a commitment feels like being tied down. And so there's something around not expanding, not making plans, no future planning, no growing, which is their blockage. Is their blockage in their experience of life, in their experience of connection. So let's go ahead and look at what we get for actions. What will they do? Most useful, beneficial information of what will they do. Okay, we do get our Four of Wands again in reversed. So this is the same energy as this energy, the Four of Wands. We had this at the first of how they're showing up this week. It's the Four of Wands reversed. And that is what we get for their actions. Their actions are the Four of Wands reversed. This is like not reconciling or not having a reunion or not being unified or in a union. So, you know, if you are in a situationship, it's like you guys might be in block mode or no contact or separation or not coming together this week. If there's something that needs to be healed, communicated, it's like no reconciliation, no communication just yet. If you guys are living together or married, it's like you guys aren't feeling like you're a union or unified. You guys are having a lot of disalignment this week. Maybe your person is somewhere else and you are in another physical location. Maybe your person is working too much and they're avoiding you. Whatever it is, it's like there's no union, no reconciliation, no reunion going on here. There's no hanging out. There's no happiness taking place in the energy this week. It feels very blocked. So let's go ahead and see what the intentions are for you. What are your intentions? Most useful, beneficial information. All right, so that's so funny. This is also the same energy almost. You got here your Knight of Coins, but your Knight of Coins fell out in reverse, which is like you're not moving forward toward anything solid. Your intention, though, is you want to have something solid. Your intention is to develop something solid, but it's like at the same time you're not able to. What is your blockage? What is blocking you? All right, so justice. So the things that need to be fair and right between you two. You know, this is energy around contracts that need to be signed, divorces that need to be finalized, separations from other people that need to be finalized. This is a sense of a balance of scales needing to be balanced, you know, where things feel fair, where things feel right or righteous. You know, there's a lot of color in this card, a lot of diversity. You know, what comes to mind? All the colors of the wind. And that song, if you know it, you can put it in the comments. All that's coming through is all the colors of the wind. And there's something around feeling a spectrum of life, feeling all of the colors, all the variations. But this is in your blockage. So it's like you might be feeling blocked in order to provide some sort of justice, some sort of fairness, some sort of right or righteousness here. You might feel blocked in terms of being able to express yourself fully in all your diversity, or feeling like things are fair in all the variations of you or of the relationship. There's something around that, because this is your blockage. So it's like something needs to take place. Maybe there's even a contract that needs to be signed in work or in an apartment or a home that you're getting that is also blocking your ability to take care of the connection better, or to even take care of your own energy better for the connection. You might continuously want some sort of justice, some sort of apology, or some sort of fairness to be had, but it's like it never comes. And so, of course, the encouragement around that is you need to give your own self your own apology, your own closure, if that's what you need. You need to give your own self to be fair with yourself. You can't rely on another person to give you what you know you deserve when they're not giving you what you deserve. You know, that is it's a story that always ends badly, right? You cannot have an open hand and say, I need you to give me $5, even though I know you're broke. If you need $5, you need to give yourself $5, or go to someone who isn't broke, right? I don't know why Brokeback Mountain comes to mind, but you might be dealing with a situation where you feel like you have to do something in secret behind someone else's back in order to get your own needs met. And this is an encouragement around providing your own justice, speaking your own truth about what it is you're needing and wanting. All right, so we're getting an energy around actions. All right, we do get our Ace of Pentacles. So this looks like her or his energy over here is all around building life or rebuilding life, or focusing on how you can build something solid in your life. Like your intention is to build something solid in your life. This is moving very, slowly, because this is your Knight of Pentacles. This is the exact same energy as we had in how you're showing up, except it's in the upright. So it's like what you want is to have something solid in your life in commitment, and the energy there is reversed. It's like but something is not happening. It's not connecting. It's not happening with this person, perhaps, or for you, for whatever reason you're feeling disaligned in the ability to do that. But what I see in your actions is like you're taking those first steps. This is like a new beginning in something solid or committed. So you're going to be having a new beginning and again, we get the new beginning energy right here at the surface. So for some of you may be having a new beginning with this person, but remember, your person is not reconciling. They're not quite apologizing. They're not quite there to grow or expand, and they're bringing an unhealthy cycle that they're still stuck on. So, but some of you might be trying to start something new with this person. For others of you, this does have to do with a new beginning with someone else. You may be trying to start something new with someone else. And of course, for others of you, this could have to do with work altogether, because this is a coins energy. You may be starting something new in work. But this does come out in the love sector. So I feel like for most of you, this is about a love connection. So your actions are going toward a new beginning. Most likely for most of you, I feel like with this person, but for some of you, it will be with someone else. And for a minor set of you, this is all about work and starting something new in work, which is also a positive thing. You know, we also have to focus on our material wealth at times, because we do live on this earth, right? So we do have to pay for things. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into what you need to focus on. Advice from Spirit, what you need to focus on, what this person needs to focus on, your person, what does your person need to focus on? Any advice that your person needs to focus on? All right, we do get our Justice energy. Very interesting, because this is what was the blockage for you. So your person needs to focus on how to make things just between you, how to make things fair between you, how to make things right between you. And if it's a matter of this person is held up in a separation with someone, or a divorce that hasn't gone through, or there's some sort of contract that hasn't been signed, sometimes it can be health issues too. You know, the paperwork that has to do with their own health, their physical, mental, or even emotional health. Something needs to take place to make it right, to make it just, to make it fair. They need to focus on what's blocking you. What's blocking you is that sense of injustice between you, the sense of something not fair or right between you. And they need to make it right. Let's go ahead and get one energy around what you need to focus on. And all right, we do get Yod. So this is a strong hermitage, and also time, being wise with your time. So this energy is focused on how much time you have, how much time you've given this, how much time you have left, how much time you want to continue to give this, being wise with your time. Also energy around, 9 is those hardships that you're carrying, the heaviness of connection, love being hard, and really, persevering and still, keeping your head up high through all the lessons. But knowing that there will be an end to the heaviness, and that you're almost to through the thick of it. But this is knowing that you need to shine your own light inside. Inside you have an ensign that is all about that inner light. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That's what this energy is. This energy is all about you shining that light inside for you, and remembering your time and what you want to focus on with the time you have left, or the time within this connection. Something around that is what's coming through. And remembering too, this is also strong energy around the hand of God, and that God is there to protect you, to watch over you when you feel alone, when you're in the dark, when you're not sure what to do. You might feel lost, like, what am I supposed to do? You might be praying or meditating or asking, what am I supposed to do here? And this energy is all around remembering that the hand of God is there, and to turn that light on within yourself, and also through prayer and meditation, so that you can find the answers. This is like a seeking energy of answers as well, to find the answers you need. And also an energy around time. There's something about time here. There's not enough time. We're out of time. And what have you learned with the time that you've spent here with this person at this time? All right, so that's what we've got for both of you and what to focus on. And I'm going to keep that here. All right, so thank you so much for joining. And remember, whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 8:12. You might want to look that up. And thank you so much for joining. I will see you in the next 30.